No, I wouldn't too. I'd be like, hell yes. All right. Pull the agenda on my phone here, and we'll get running. Ordinance first, 3/16/26, 6:30 p.m. Call the meeting to order. Petitions by citizens on non-agenda items. I don't think we have any tonight. Number 2 is the Feldmeyer property purchase. We've got a few things here in front of us for this one. The ordinance authorizing the acquisition of real estate property and then the purchase and sales agreement. Mayor Gardner?
So the ordinance actually gives me the authorization to sign the real estate contract, and then that ordinance will run in the paper this coming week, the following week, and then my signature will become valid on both of those documents 30 days after it's been run in the paper. At that point in time, my signature becomes valid, and then we would start the process for closing. After, assuming that you make a recommendation and we pass this, then I would sign the contract tonight. The Feldmeyer trustees would come in and sign in exchange for the $25,000 in earnest money, and it would go in the newspaper, and in 30 days we would start the process to go for the closing. I would just say that probably everyone here knows this property has 2 borders with 120 acres that the city already owns there, and the northern portion of this property is basically borders our sewer plant. All of the sewer that comes out of the city of Waterloo comes within about 30 feet of this property line. Moving forward, in fact, if you need to make an adjustment to our sewer plant, it's currently 20 years old. If you need to make an adjustment and or to expand, this property would be very essential to do that. Do we need it today? We don't need it today. At some point in time, you're going to need it. Also, if you look at this on a map, you look at development from Quail Ridge, from Rimlock, and from all the other subdivisions. They're actually getting closer and closer to our sewer plant, which was put way out in the country a long time ago on 120 acres that the city bought. It's just not very far out anymore. People have developed all very close to it. So I think it's a great buy for the city of Waterloo. It just happened to become available right now, and I think it's a great buy. Discussion.
Mayor, did you say there's buildings on this?
There is a home on this that hasn't been lived in 25 years. Nor has it been kept up.
Okay.
There's also what probably was a hog barn at some point in time, and an older garage, and a couple of buildings that I think everything would actually need to be demoed at this point in time. Currently, Mark Deckner's family has been farming this property. Currently it's $135 an acre cash rent, and they do all of it. I've expressed a desire for the Mark Deckner family to continue farming this until we can come to an agreement with them. I don't know what else to say about the property. It has a direct access to Hammacher, and the northern 50 acres is landlocked. That's why both of these properties being sold at the same time, the only access to the northern property is through the southern one for the Feldmeyer. We would have access directly to the northern property from our sewer plant because it borders it on 2 sides.
Any questions or discussions?
And I would say we have probably 10 utilities on this property. We have a 3-phase line, at least 10 utilities on this property.
I think it's good. I think it's something that we're going to need at some point, and this won't come up for sale probably for a long time again if we don't take it now.
Any other discussion before we entertain a motion to we have a motion to recommend?
Make that
Give a
motion.
favorable recommendation.
Make that motion.
Thank you, Gary. Second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Jordan. Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Favorable recommendation to the council. Number 2, or 3, I'm sorry. That was 2. Enterprise zone. So we've got a couple things in front of us, Gary. Printed out and highlighted the Monroe County Randolph Enterprise Zone update. And like you mentioned, right, Gary, these were the highlight were the most pertinent changes to.
Part of the changes for it, this came out in their newsletter today, so just copied off some copies of it, highlighted some of the key parts as far as who's all a part of it, what they do, and why there's an update going on.
And then JR gave us the handout that's the amendment to the intergovernmental agreement between, Red Bud, City Chester, City of Sparta, the Village of Evansville, Village of Ruma, City of Columbia, City of Waterloo, Village of Ballmeyer, Village of Hecker, the County of Randolph, and the County of Monroe for the Monroe-Randolph County Enterprise Zone. JR, do you have?
If you guys want to turn to the last page of that document, the front is the whereas, the more of the agreement, the last page, I guess kind of in summary what Gary's talking about. You'll see it's a map on the last page. It's regarding the areas that were added, and then also the areas that were removed in their color. They're highlighted in the various colors. You got the blue for the existing area, the green for the areas added, and then the red for the removal. Majority of it is Ballmeyer, Hecker, Red Bud, and then you'll see down by Ruma, Evansville area as well. Those are the areas that were added. Some of the areas around Baldwin and between Tilden and Sparta were removed. So that's most of it in a nutshell. I know there's some other language that was modified within the document. Just wanted to get this in front of everybody so they're aware what's going on. I'd like to have this on the April 6th City Council meeting for approval.
So there were a number, in going through this, there were a number of smaller communities that actually would have liked to have been put in here, brought in, but there's a cost to that. And there was some discussion about allowing them to go together in order to pay the admission fee in order to get in.
That makes sense.
Past that, there really wasn't many discussions about anything on those.
Yeah, and at this time, this is all just information that we were given because it will be on April 6th.
That's correct.
And as Gary has highlighted here, I mean, and we've talked about it before, but a refresher, the most used benefit is the sales tax that you can get back when you're establishing a project within the zone. Building materials, or you can waive them from paying Illinois state sales tax. So, nothing new, just to change the program a little bit. Any more questions or discussion about the enterprise zone?
Real quick, who makes the decision who gets added, what gets deleted?
So there's basically
I don't know the mechanisms behind it.
Okay, so we have a much larger group basically that meets here,
Mhm.
and then the directors basically meet at Annex. So there were, this time, and when we were doing this, there were some areas that they actually wanted, smaller areas that actually needed housing that wasn't originally a part of this, but it was not, single-family housing wasn't a part of it. So there were a lot of discussions in order to be able to do that. They have a director here that actually does, Pam Petker, that handles this, but the guy, I can't remember his name, that does all of the changes to this this group, and it's the enterprise zone, and then he actually has to make it all work and put it together. But again, there's a smaller group that recommends, a larger group that goes over it.
One of the reasons for the red enterprise zone deletion in Baldwin, that project came to a close.
Yeah.
So they finished it, and we only have so many
Correct.
square miles
Right.
to incorporate amongst all the communities. So once those miles, if you will, that square mileage came back into the organization, it was able to be doled back out. How do they assign it? So that's part of it too.
The city got into this 8 years ago, 7 years ago, about that $10,000,
It's been-
$10,000 buy-in.
Maybe longer.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So, and then we actually got $1,000 back this past year in order to spend on whatever we wanted to, and we spent that on tourism.
The other thing that's nice that benefits us with this, Pam is located at the county courthouse, so she sees what's going on around here a lot. So she's mentioned this in meetings before. When Coffee Girl was getting ready to start their construction, she literally went over and said, "Wait a minute, have you filled out this paperwork to get all your supply, all your materials tax exempt?" They had not. So she helped do that for them. And Joel, you mentioned it before too, you know, this goes hand in hand with what we do with our facade grants.
Right, beautification stuff.
Right.
Which we talked about adding it to the application just as an FYI. I don't know if we have done that or not, but yeah.
Anyone else in the enterprise zone? Number 4, comments.
I have one, even though I'm not on this committee. Solar ordinances, we probably are lacking as far as the city is what we have on ordinances, on guidelines and whatnot. I think we have one line about it. We probably need to look at updating what that would actually be.
You're looking into that. They're actually looking at
We're
it.
looking into that, yeah.
Okay. So,
Anyone else under comments? All right. Motion to adjourn.
So wait.
Mr. Most, second by.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Trantham. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed to adjourn? Meeting is over at 6:42.
Really excited because I'm